What's up, guys? Mike Davis here. Brand new edition of Dry Heat here in the den. I am joined by a guy who's on a true heater. That's why it's good we got him here for Dry Heat. You know him as the Grinder. I know him as Michael Mizrachi. First of all, dude, so much going on with you, but you're coming off maybe the best time of your life, I heard. 44 years old, you just win the World Series of Poker main event. $10 million. You just got announced that you're going to be inducted into the Poker Hall of Fame now. What does this all feel like? You've accomplished everything, but this was the big last one.
Yes. I've done the Players' Championship. When I won the first Players' Championship, it was like, oh my God, it was like the happiest day of my life. That was my first bracelet. Then I won the second time. I was like, oh my, you can't. The third time, then the fourth time, it was like, then it became legacy. And I was like, everyone's like, wow, this is amazing. How do you do it? Like the fourth time, no one's ever done this before. And then after that, come back and win the main event. And I was doing the speech. So we had we did the Israeli national anthem and stuff like that. And then we did Hatikva. And then I told everybody, the best you guys can finish in this main event is second place. So there's nothing wrong with second place. And I ended up winning it, which is really cool.
I mean, 8 bracelets, 2 World Series of Poker championships, 4 Players Poker championships, $29 million in earnings. Now you got the main event. I mean, what do you do after you win the main event for the World Series of Poker? What's the party like after that?
Do you want to know what I really did? I went to go play more poker.
No, you didn't.
No, I took a trip to Newport Beach, Laguna Beach, relaxed for 2 days, went whale watching. I did. I relaxed for 2 days. And then I went back and played a little more poker, a little more cash.
So you don't do the club, you don't do all that stuff after?
I didn't say I don't do it. How do you think I got the name of the Grinder? It's not from poker.
How did you get the name the Grinder? That's a great nickname.
Well, I had, when I was playing online poker, I needed a nickname for myself. So I was like, what's going to suit me well? So I thought it fitted me perfectly when I was, just waiting for good hands, picking the right spots. And then I couldn't figure out a name. First, I started off as Michael 34. Then I was like, no, I need a real nickname. Then it became the Grinder. And then since then, it's been almost 30 years. So
I want to get into your whole history, your mom, your dad, Ezra, everything that growing up in Miami Beach, all that stuff. But let me just ask you this, because I'm not the biggest poker guy in the world. I don't know a ton about it. But you became very famous, once Poker TV kind of started in that heyday of having, Raymer and all these kinds of guys. You start getting, Doyle, all these guys. You're becoming a fixture along with your brother Robert. But $10 million, when you get that, how do they? I mean, I know you've had $29 million of earnings. You're winning all the time. It's a frequent thing for you. But 10 mil for that event, how do they give that to you? Do they give that to you in
You could take it however you want it, but we took the wire.
You take the wire because that's the safest.
To keep it the safest way for not, you're walking out with 10 million. That's a lot of backpacks.
Right, because
and then everybody knows you just won it, so you want to take the safe route and take the wire.
And in that world, because even recently here in Vegas, we had that Asian poker player. There was a worry about him and the backpack, and he disappeared after coming for the main event. So there's always stories. Is that a big thing in the poker world? Is it overlooked, the danger?
Yeah, you have to be careful. And there was a lot of stories back in the days when it was at the Rio. We heard a lot of crazy stories, and then my brothers got robbed. I mean, there's a lot of stories. You got to be careful. Anywhere you go, you have to be careful.
Yeah.
So, but I'm sure there's a lot of people who know that you're coming out with a lot of cash in those situations. Yeah. So, always take the safe route and take the wire or check. It's just just to protect yourself.
Okay, so this big win. So what I was reading, you're known obviously for your signature aggressive play. You went all in on a big. There you go. You went all in. Ace King up against this guy who had pocket kings. He's not even a professional poker player, the guy who came in second. He's an investment banker. Is that hard sometimes to play a guy who's not a professional? Is it?
Well, sometimes the investment banker can get aces or kings, and you can be on the unfortunate side and have ace king. But luckily enough, the poker gods are with me, and my ace king found an ace on the river.
So tell me what's going through your head when you make that big choice, because it's like it's like Kobe in crunch time or something, making a choice on the
play with no fear. I'm not afraid to win. When I play at the poker table, I play like I'm the richest person in the world, and that's how you should play.
That's the mentality you need to
That should
have.
be the mentality, and it's hand rages too. So it's not what I have; it's what they think I have.
See?
So I could play any two cards. I could make a 7-3 look like aces, but as long as you make it like aces, then you can get away with it.
See, we're learning a lot here. Let's go back to the beginning, though, because you grew up in Miami Beach. From what I've read about you, your father, Ezra, he would wake you up in the middle of the night to go play slots with him. Is this true?
Let me change it up for you. So my brother Robert is the one that put the slot machines in the house. So he was booking everybody. Rob was booking everybody, so he would like give you change. Like you give him $10, he'll give you 10, like 20 quarters.
This is out of your childhood home.
This is our childhood home. We had a little roulette wheel too. So this is what we do in the middle of the night. So my father would play the machine. Then one day I woke up, I played the machine. I hit the jackpot of my brother's thing. So what does he do? All the quarters coming, he pulls out the plug, so it stops bringing out the quarters. So we lived in a gambling house, but very hard workers, smart family. We're always, all of us always been through schooling. My father's a hard worker. He's still working, but I hope he's going to retire any day.
So I saw the big picture, of course, after you win. Who was there? Because it looked like, was your father there? What does everybody say when this goes down?
Everybody, my whole family, brothers, best friends, parents, everybody was in the crowd. My kids came, sweating from the outside. I had my children there as well. I mean, it was the most amazing feeling in the world when you have the best support in the world.
And there was no pressure that it wasn't going to go well, even having all those people there, because you had such a.
There was no pressure at all because I knew it was fate. I knew I was going to win it. I was never scared, even when I had 2 big blinds left. I just knew God was on my side.
Okay, and we're going to talk a little bit about that and all the great stuff you're doing in terms of activism, but let's go back to childhood. So you're growing up in a house where gambling is part of the DNA. It's part of the culture of the house. Even your mom, I think, taught you how to play cards and do some stuff.
Yes, I got a roulette wheel.
I mean, I can see it's a part of your DNA exactly like that. So growing up like that, did you ever, I think I read you wanted to even maybe pursue a medical career? Like, was it always you knew this was for you?
This was kind of false. I don't even know how I went to this because my mom she was studying to be a nurse, and I was just helping her out. So I was just kind of studying with her, and just preparing her to how to study. So I was like reading a lot of stuff, like when she was trying to be an RN, but that was never true. I was never trying to be a doctor. I was always trying to be a gambler. Always a poker player, yeah.
And you always had this coolness about you, even when you first started and you're putting $10,000 down, you're putting money down to get into these tournaments. You always were unshakable, cool, calm, collected, poised.
Always like that. That's the way you have to be. Yeah, this is my thing, and I just since day one I knew I was gonna be a poker player. And when I used to go on cruise ships underage when I was probably 15, 16 years old. I started out playing $1, 1 to 5 spread, 7-card stud. So that's where I first started. Then I started with limit hold'em. Then after that, as soon as I turned 21, I went to Vegas underage too, which I'm not saying you should, but this is back in the days when Frontier was open. And then I used to go to Mirage. I played a 3-day session straight during I think it was the St. Louis Rams were in the Super Bowl.
Wow.
I played 72-hour session, and then I was underage playing. And then I just. Basically, it's always been my blood. I've been, and then as soon as I turned 21, that's when I started playing tournament poker.
Gotcha. So you really...
I was more of a cash game guy, and I'm still a cash game guy. And I took a year off, and then I said, I'm going to get back in the tournament scene. And then
when did you take a year off?
I ended up crushing them. This last year, I haven't played I haven't played a tournament in 1 year. I only played cash games every day.
Why? Why did you do that?
I gave those guys a break, and then I had to come back on the scene, and then I took their soul.
Do you think took their soul? I think maybe taking a step away from the game helped you.
Yeah, it's because it's not only that. I just get so burnt out from playing. It's just a lot of hours. It's grueling hours, 12 hours a day, every day, for almost, I would say, 45 straight days. And in this one, but everything turned out well for this one. But I played a lot of tournament poker, and I'm still burnt out. And I haven't played another tournament since after the main event.
So the main event, it was like 9,700 people, $10,000 buy-in, 10-day event. I mean, what's your mentality during that time? Are you off social media, locked in? Like what goes on those 10 days?
I came in with a big confidence boost. I just won the Players Championship, so I was just feeling great. loving life, breaking records, and then I shatter another record no one's ever done in history. It's just like, but I take it day by day. You know, it's if day one, I was day one B. I just decided I think day one B would be the best fit for me, and I needed one day off, and then I literally day one B I didn't have one hand, and I was a triplet after day one B. Put it that way. Not one good hand, not one good starting hand.
And this was from what I've read, this was a very rapid tournament. There was the pacing of people.
Yeah, it's flying by. Yeah, it was fast. So I just took it day by day, and every decision you make, if you make one wrong decision, you're out. But I faded a lot. I lost I lost with a lot of group one hands. I had like kings versus aces. I lost. I had aces versus tens all in. I lost. I had queens versus king 10. I lost. I had queens versus ace jack. I lost. But I faced adversity, and I found a way to survive.
And you don't get high or too low. You lose a hand.
The lowest I was down to was 2 big blinds. But at that point, it's hopefully you get a good hand, in that spot because there's not much play left. It's shove all in or
Yeah.
You can only go all in with a certain amount because I was under the gun. So I had ace. Any ace is great. Any king's great. And at that point, and I found an ace 6, and the guy had ace 7. It held. I made a running flush, and then I never looked back from there.
You know what's interesting? Like in sports, right? So many people, they dream of their aspirations. They want to be in the NFL. They want to be in the NBA. But their physical gifts, their prowess, it just makes it obvious that it's not going to be doable. Sometimes I think people think because poker's not physical in the same way, they think that I can be the grinder. I can be Doyle Bronson.
A little bit.
But the truth is maybe you really can't because there's all these people that aren't professional poker players and they're entering these tournaments. They're thinking it's doable. I play all the time. I can make this work. But is it really more so like competing in the NBA? And there is a distinction between being a professional and having that pedigree and knowing. How do you feel after 20 years of doing this? Can anybody just become? No. You gotta have gifts.
I think it's the gifts, my instincts. Just I know to do in a lot of situations and experience what gets me far. And I've been in the situations. I know what to do in that situation. A lot of people haven't been in those spotlights, so it's a lot more difficult to play. So it's a little different for me. I've just all those years, 30 years of playing. I've learned a lot, and all I can do is get better from here.
It's a great thing because I think you're really good at taking on pressure, especially in a time where you're Israeli American. Israel's not at a great place in terms of the PR campaign around the world about what's going on with them and Hamas. But you have an Israeli flag tattoo. You were wearing a dog tag during the tournament and right now.
There we go.
In unity with the hostages and everything going on with Hamas. Tell us, as an Israeli American, where so many people are afraid to speak up, it's actually a blessing that we have a guy like you, the Jewish community, who's okay with taking flack, a guy who's under pressure and understands what it's like to be on the spotlight. For a moment like that, to consider Israel, to consider the Jewish community beyond yourself, tell us why that meant a lot to you and why you did that.
Well, first off, the anti-Semitism has been at its highest rate right now, so we got to step it up. I'm glad to represent Israel and the Jewish people. It meant a lot to me, and a lot of my family on my father's side live in Israel, and just what happened a few years ago on October 7th, it was the worst feeling I've ever felt in my life. So I'm just glad to bring the Jewish community back. I want to put Israel on top of the world. And obviously Israel and USA. I'm American and Israeli, so it just means a lot to me. I want to bring our community back. I want world peace. I want I want everybody to understand. It's we're all the same. We're all equal. I mean, everyone should be treated the same. I mean, I wish people looked at it like that, and I'm just glad to put us all back together, back up on the map. I'm glad. I'm a proud Jew.
I'm a proud Jew. For me, It's different, though, not being Israeli. When October 7th happened and you see social media, you see the negativity. I'm sure even on your X, right, on your Twitter, you probably get tons of anti-Semitism and messages and all that kind of stuff. What's your...
Actually, I didn't see much of it, actually, on my... when I was looking at the feedback, I didn't see much of it, but I'm sure there is because I haven't went through all.
Right.
Well, I haven't went through all the comments and stuff like that. Yeah.
What do your parents say about your representation and
I mean, we're all, my parents, all of Israel's supportive of me. They love me. They love what I was doing, and I'm happy to rep Israel.
It's a big thing.
As an American Israeli, and I'll be in Israel probably in a few more weeks to see my family.
See, that's
a best friend.
That's a good thing. Tell us a little bit about the DNA of a poker player. So poker players are interesting. I had a poker player in here recently, Xuan Lu. I don't know if you know her, female poker player.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. She's, doing a lot of good stuff in terms of, representation for female poker players, but the types of guys that you've been against. I mean, I'm sure you've played against the Negranus, the Helmuth.
I've played everybody.
Everybody.
Yes.
Who was the toughest you've faced, and what separates the Negranus, the Ramers, all these types of guys that are just different?
Everyone has their own style of game, but like I have my own ways of exploiting them, so it's a little different. And I know a lot of people. I know the way they think. Maybe GTO, I exploit I have my own game. I think my instincts are probably better than anybody else's, and just my applied pressure makes them fall, and then they make a lot of wrong decisions. But the best player I played against, one of them, I think I appreciate the guys that can transition from cash games to tournaments and then know all the games. That's what makes you the greatest poker player in the world.
So explain that to me, yeah.
So guys that could, I respect a lot of guys that could just play no limit hold'em tournaments. That's what they're good at. But I appreciate more when guys can open up their game and play different variations of games. So it's could play hold'em, Omaha, stud high low, Res Deucey, Res Daisy, Badugi, Deuce 7. I go on and on. But to make that transition from cash to tournaments is very hard. So a lot of people that are just tournament poker players just play tournaments. A lot of just cash players just play cash. But it's hard to play both.
Wow.
And then the most respectable people in the world, like Jason Mercier, Phil Ivey, Jared Blesnick, those guys are like the top guys.
So they can do all these different formats.
And of course, my brother Robert.
Of course, shout out to Robert. But that's one of those things. So you think the fact that you can play so many different disciplines, that really separates you and makes you.
So say you walk into Bellagio, one of these casinos, now you see a no limit game, which is really bad, and you see a good mixed game, but you can only play no limit. No, now you don't have the option to play that mixed game. So, but I get those options. I can play whatever I want. So and it's all table selections, everything. So I can just walk into any casino. I know what's the best game, and I can choose any game I want.
Who's the best poker player on earth from the tournament standpoint that we know from the World Series poker main event that can't do cross discipline? Like, who's the name that is the person? Wow, okay, we know them, we associate them with this tournament play, but the truth is they can't.
They can only pay like.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good question. There's lots of them, lots of those big guys that just play no limit hold'em, but.
It's kind of like
I don't know.
It'd be like in tennis, how Federer can play on every surface. He can play on grass, clay, hard. Where it's like there's certain tennis players that are only good on one surface, and they can't compete and do the career Grand Slam. So sometimes at Wimbledon,
that's exactly the same thing.
It's the same thing. So at Wimbledon, it's grass court, so the ball kind of sits low to the ground. A big serve makes a bigger difference on that.
Probably like the top guys, probably like Bryn Kenny, but he just finished second in the Players' Championship, so he opened up his game, and I respect that. He's an amazing player, and now he's like, he's getting involved in all the games, playing all the games. So Bryn Kenny was quite tough, and he's probably, I think he's the number one top guy in tournament, no limit tournament poker.
So you got the fourth title in the 50K Poker Players Championship, which is a mixed variant format. So that's what you're talking about here.
Yes.
So that's kind of like to win that 4 times is insane, because
to win it once is hard.
But to win that 4 times means it's like it's a inside poker players tournament. Meaning these are not guys that are just, screwing around. This is people who really, you're playing top-notch players.
Yeah, and I got 4th too recently in that one too. And I made cash last year as well.
And what's the thing with 4? So you're 44 years old. 4 is your favorite number.
Pocket 4s. Those are my aces.
Why?
It's just my favorite hand. Poker. I feel like I flopped the most sets in it. I flopped, and then I won a big hand in Borgata when I had pocket 4s against Ace Queen. I hit a 4 in the river, and just been my signature hand, and I felt like I was gonna crush it when I turned 44 years old. And it's just like, and everything I see today is fours. And actually, like 3 days ago, I played a slot machine. Had my biggest jackpot in the world. It was 44,400 and change.
What's going on?
And then I just got some pin number, and it started with 44 just now, for like sleep apnea, because I feel like I'm not sleeping well. So I was just like, and then my pin number starts 44, whatever. Everything's fours. Everything I do is fours.
I'm hoping something's gonna just.
I left the spa.
Yeah.
I left the spot 444. I didn't even realize it until I opened my phone.
There's something. Do you think is there something cosmic going on with you?
And the last card was 4 in the main event.
It's insane what's happening. This is such a weird.
It's weird, just weird. Yeah, just see fours everywhere, and fours is really bad in baccarat. I think it's like for the Chinese, it's not good.
Oh,
it's
really?
Like, yeah. There's no 4 on a baccarat table.
See, I don't know anything about. I didn't grow up in a house with all the gambling stuff, so I don't know as much. Of course.
Yeah, I'm not so superstitious, but
you're a little.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
It's interesting because in the poker world, guys see like you look so much younger than 44. Because I feel like poker, it ages people, and it's a rough game because it's intense. There's so much pent up energy.
You know why it doesn't age me?
Why?
When I play, I like to have fun, and I play I just enjoy. I play just like another game, like a home game. That's why I play the final table like it's a home game, like I'm at my house.
How do you not feel pressure? Can you explain that?
There's no pressure. I don't feel like I don't look at the money.
No pressure. There's
no pressure. I put the pressure on them.
Are you just saying that, or do you actually feel that?
I don't feel anything.
But you realize everybody else.
If you put a heart monitor on me, you think I'm dead. There's no pulse.
So how is that? How can you not feel
That's
pressure?
That's how I have to play. I don't feel any pressure. There's no pressure at all. I feel like I'm playing against my family, just having fun.
You're telling me the people around you don't feel that. You don't.
No. They feel it. They feel everything. They're posted like they might look like they're having a heart attack probably, but me, I don't feel like this guy. I have no pulse. You don't feel anything, but I have fun when I'm playing.
What happened to you that you don't feel that way? Did you ever have like a life or death experience that made you get to that point?
It's just poker. So I feel like it's my job. And then when I go like this, then the people are probably having a heart attack when I raise them, and then I just having fun.
So, okay, can you really, the whole tells, all right, the poker face, all that kind of stuff, is that something that really goes on at this level?
I saw some stuff on the final table when a guy's looking straight at me, he has it. When he starts looking down, then he's bluffing. So you little things like this, I could tell, yeah.
Can you even tell when you meet even a guy like me? We're not playing poker. Can you tell, do I have reads about myself that you're just like that with everything? You go to Starbucks and you can just read a barista and what... Or is it only in the poker world?
If I had to read you, I think you're a proud American Jew and you love your job.
There you go. I have my chain on from my bar mitzvah, there you go. But you really don't. It's not one of those things you go to a Walmart or Whole Foods and you're thinking about all these things and computing what people are going through. It's just in poker. That's when you turn it.
Even outside the table, yes.
You can.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I could feel like what they're good or bad person. I could tell right away. It's the character.
And these games growing up with your brothers, your family, do you think maybe that gave you a juice in terms of, as, a younger brother, you're facing family members, you're developing, like in Outliers where Malcolm Gladwell talks about 10,000 hours and getting your mastery going when it comes to things. The Beatles, that song 8 days a week, it's because they're in Hamburg and they're playing basically 8 days a week. They're playing so many nights consecutively that they're building up such a repetition of knowing how to play music live. For you, you may have had 10,000 hours of hands before you even turned 30.
10,000. Try millions.
See,
I've seen millions of hands. I've seen everything. I've seen every situation. I've been in every situation.
There's nothing that surprises you anymore.
Nothing surprises me anymore. I even seen a guy pull down his pants at the feature table when I was in the main event as a joke. So I've seen everything, and he's a friend of mine. We're going to visit him in Sweden. We're going to go to Estonia, play one of his events. It's pretty funny.
Wow. So
I've seen everything.
You've seen everything. Are you allowed to just go to Green Valley Ranch, GVR, Red Rock, and just go play at a table, or do they not let you do that?
I mean, they definitely let me play. They don't have a choice unless it's a private game, but they have to let you in any game you want to play. But I haven't played there in a long time. More likely, I'm going to be walking into Bellagio, Aria, or Encore.
And how,
to
like,
play.
when's the next time you're gonna play? Like, I know you're doing a charity thing.
Right
coming up.
after this, I'm going right to Mike Mattis. I'm going to do a podcast. Mike Mattis all night. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But you play pretty much every day.
I played yesterday. I played mixed games yesterday. Yeah. I was playing 80, 160 limit, but that was the only game I was going.
So now, like this 10 mil, will you not touch that? How do you?
It's a lot
work
going to
with
go into
your-
trust. Yeah. Then we're going to work from there. And whatever I make now, I'm going to make a lot of investments. We'll see.
You have kids, right?
And that's going to go to the kids. My main event bracelet, my oldest son, please, Dad, give it to me. I was like, okay, when I pass.
Yeah,
this
well,
is
you don't
yours.
wear your bracelet. You don't wear the bracelet.
That's old news already. That's over. Today's a new day.
Did you take that from Jalen Hurts? Did you see that?
No, I didn't actually. I didn't hear it from anybody. I said that's old news.
So-
That's the way I was. That's my mentality because I already won. It's done.
Dude,
New-
I'm from New Jersey, near Philadelphia. I'm a big Philadelphia Eagles fan. The quarterback of the Eagles, obviously, they just won the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts. He gets the ring from Jason of Beverly Hills. A 6th Super Bowl ring. The wings pop out. Sick. Everybody on the Eagles go to this big party this week to receive their rings. The quarterback, Jalen Hurts, is the one dude not wearing the ring. Everybody else is flashing, showing. Reporters ask him, like, what's the deal? Why are you not wearing the ring? He's like, it's over. So I'm on to the new one. I'm on to the next
That's
ring.
the way I think. That's what worked for me. People were like, "Oh, congratulations on your PPC. How did it feel?" I said, "Buddy, that's old news. We're in the main event."
So you're already
It's
on to the
tournament.
next one. You're already on
Yeah.
to the next one. So in terms of the main event, I was looking up past winners, right? Like Doyle, Bronson, Raymer, all these different guys. A lot of people. There's not a lot of consecutive winners. Like a lot of people that have multiple main event wins. Is that something that's next for you? Is that the next big?
That would, if I win it next year or Players Championship, they would try scanning my eyes to think something's wrong with me. I was like,
Really? Because it's just
they'll think I'm like God's son or something. So
where give us the Mount Rushmore of poker players all time. Are you on it now?
I would
think so.
I think
What I'm
I'd be up there
Top
probably. Yeah.
4. Give me the top 4 all time.
I put in Chat GBT the other day, the best poker players were actually it changes up. I came my name, it came Bryn Kenny, it came Phil Ivey, it came Dan Negreanu. So, I'm up there. I mean, I think I cemented my legacy, and there's not much more you could possibly do in the poker world.
I mean,
So
does
after
the
this
Hall
World
of Fame
Series-
thing mean something to you, or is it you don't care?
And then I think it was like making me work harder that I wasn't in it. So now kind of like I'm still gonna put I'm still gonna go. I don't know what I'm gonna do next.
Right.
But I already done the Hall of Fame. I've done everything I could possibly do in poker. So I'll try maybe the next record I could break next World Series, winning 4 bracelets. So that's probably the option. That's the next thing I might do.
It's crazy because I feel like in the poker world, like these guys are so unique and distinct. It's just the type of makeup you need to have to be a poker player. If you had to give advice to somebody at home, they just want to be the grinder. That's their thing. They want to be Michael Mizrachi. They want to be winning main events. They're on the precipice of making that happen. What's the number one thing you would tell somebody that they need to work on? What's the number one attribute you would give somebody that
It's I don't think it's a Mizrachi genetic.
There's nothing there. There's nothing.
First, you'd have to come from my parents, and that's going to be impossible.
Right, Ezra's not
They
having
can't make any more kids. They can't make any more kids. So that
All right, so beyond what you could have innately to your core, what is something you could develop, a skill? If you said, Mike, work on this one thing, and I guarantee you in a year, if you work hard at that, you'll be a lot better of a poker player you are today.
I think a lot of studying and watching Poker Go channel, I think you could learn a lot. But you probably have to get in deeper and probably get like coaching. I think coaching would be like.
Do you coach
I think
anybody?
the best way to learn is just like you play online and he sits right. The guy sits behind you and you explain everything why you're doing it and why.
Oh.
I think that'll be the best way to learn, and then you can explain to him why he's sitting behind
It's
you.
poker theory.
Yeah.
You're saying poker theory.
Yeah,
is-
but it's hard. Like, there's so many situations that you're going to be uncomfortable and you're not going to know what to do. But I could just tell them the way I'm thinking, and that's the way you should be thinking.
do you have to lose a certain amount of money as a threshold to get over that?
Well, when I started, I didn't lose money. I was making money right away, or else I probably wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Right. What's the deal with all these sponsorships? Tell me what's going on with the sponsorship.
We got my buddy Romel and I is All in Wear, which we're still developing the company, but it's a clothing line.
I like that.
And then this is more for like AI financing, like mortgages. Like they give you
Really?
like, yeah.
Angel
So,
AI,
Angel
and then what's
and
the
then-
tequila stuff?
Best tequila in the world, baby.
What is that? Tequila?
Tequila Comisario. So we have a bunch of like Añejo, Blanco, Reposado, and then we have the better Añejo, extra Añejo. So
Yeah.
check it out. If you go to Bellagio, we got it at the Bellagio
Oh,
too.
it's
We
at
got it all
Bellagio.
over. I mean, you can buy it online as well. Yeah.
So, and what about your personal life? Do you like, what's your personal life like? Is it only poker, or do you like, you have fun? What's your?
No, if it's only poker, I mean, what am I living just to play poker? Yeah, we got to spend the money somehow. So I enjoy spending time with the family, friends, my children. I'm a lot with my mom, Mama Grinder. We like to play a lot of slot machines.
Mama Grinder.
She enjoys slot machines. That's her high.
Where, and you're based in Vegas?
I'm actually based in Hollywood, Florida.
You're based, so.
But I'm back and forth. I'm here. My twin brother Eric lives in Vegas, so I come here to see him and his wife and his daughter Claire. So I'm here a lot to see them, and then I'm here. I would say I'm here at least once a month.
Right. And then what happens after, like, yeah, I know you have kids. You're divorced, though, right?
Yes.
So you're single. So after, I mean, the dating pool, I mean, just being Michael Mizrachi must be pretty big time, right? Are you Gal Gadot? I would think you go to Israel now, and it's just you go to the beaches, you have some pita, you have some shakshuka.
Yeah.
What's the deal? What's going on with the dating? Are you dating Wonder Woman? No.
Gal Gadot?
Yeah.
She's got to wait in line. No, you're kidding. No, I'm seeing somebody for now.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
And it's good. Does being in a relationship help your mental acuity at the table?
I've been single for quite a while.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's always good to have someone in your life. As you get older.
Yeah.
You don't want to change your own diapers. So.
See,
it's nice to have somebody with you at all times.
It's nice. Selfishly, I don't even really care about becoming good at poker because I don't think I could. But I want to know how you teach us. Because listen,
you have a good start. Your name is Mike.
It is. I need a nickname like the Grinder. I want something like that. And that'll be my first tattoo. But tell us, because I go the birthright, my only time in Israel. I'm like, man, I'm so Ashkenazi, man. Like, I can't even, I can't chat up these Israeli girls. It's hard.
Yeah, they're very tough.
What is it about it?
Maybe that I won.
Even Miami's
maybe that I won the main event, and 4 PPCs might not even be enough to get the Israeli girl.
It's so funny. But so we're having like a little bit. Tiesto just came in here, a little party. Yeah. We're having some DJ action. But no, it's funny. Like in Miami, man, I went to University of Miami. They're most beautiful women there. Oh, wow. Yeah, so that's a real place.
So you actually grew up in Miami?
I grew up in New Jersey, but I went to college at University of Miami. Yeah.
Great choice. Great choice.
So you're probably a big Hurricanes fan?
I'm not. I'm more pro sports. So
who's your teams?
Miami Dolphins, Miami Heat, the greatest team in the earth, Florida Panthers.
There you go.
And somewhat Miami Marlins. We never get anywhere, but
right.
Where my kids are big Panthers fans. They had season tickets, so yeah, I go to quite a few Panthers games. I'm the biggest Dolphins fan in the world. But
really, so what's your deal? Because you know people, right? We're learning about how you know poker, but you know people, right? Mike McDaniel, right? The head coach of the Miami Dolphins. This guy? What do you think about him? He's a boy genius, but is he a little too cool for school?
I don't know. He's got that swag on him. I kind of appreciate it.
You like how he's wearing the off-whites, how he kind of looks like a player. You like that? You think you need to be more of a Don Shula type where we know who's balls.
I don't like the serious coaches. I like the ones with the swag. I think it'll be more fun to work with them than the older guys. I mean, they've been around, obviously, the brains, but like these younger guys get it done. They're getting it done.
Do you believe in Tua? Do you like Tua?
Yeah, I love Tua. I mean, even if I didn't like him, I like him because he's got me. He's part of the Dolphins. So, but I like Tua. I think he's got a good arm. I think we'll get there, but it's going to be quite a while.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's been 72 since we won the Super Bowl.
Hey, since that perfect season.
I'll make up for it. Don't worry, I got you, Florida.
You got Florida. Okay, so a couple last things before we let you go. Give everybody some advice. We want to go. We're in Israel. We want to chat up a beautiful Israeli girl. What do we say? Give us a line. What do you do?
Never worked for me, so I can't tell you.
Okay, so you have no line.
Mayani, manishma, akol beseder. It's something like that. But like, do you need to like? I need to learn my Hebrew. I only learned Hebrew through elementary school. Some of my family taught me a little bit, but like I have a lot of Israeli friends. That's how I kept it going. But I'll let you know how it works. I'll be in Israel in 3 weeks.
Did you have a bar mitzvah and everything?
I had a bar mitzvah, yes.
How religious?
I had a b'nai mitzvah because I have my twin brother Eric. Yeah, so
a b'nai mitzvah. Yeah. See, look at that, very special. And how big? I mean, culturally, is it more so just something? Do you practice the high holidays, like or keep Shabbat, or what?
I try to. I actually did fill in while I was before these tournaments. So I had the rabbis come over to the Bellagio and bless me, give tzedakah. Tzedakah is charity.
Right.
And then
did you have the Harligs come do? Who did it for you?
The Rabbi Moti.
Moti Harlig.
Yeah.
Oh, see, shout out to Moti Harlig. Him and his twin brother.
Yeah, they all came. Yeah. They all came by, wrapped me up, and then it's been working. They're like, all right, got Mike. He sent it to my man Alan, who was a close friend of mine. I was like, all right, when are we coming back? I was thinking the tournaments are over. No, but I'll still take the blessing always.
There you go.
We still got cash games, baby.
There you go. All right. Do you coach anybody? Like, can we be coached by you? You said.
I just don't think. I mean, you can be coached by me, but I used to coach. I had big classes back in the days. So it was called Deep Stacks. A long time ago, it was like 2010, 11, 12, and I was working with Tristan Wade and Mike Mattisau. But the way I think, it's not very easy. It's gonna take a lot of years for me to coach you if you want to be the best. And it's the way I'm more a field player than GTO and all these other things, mathematics. I just read your soul.
Read your soul. It's scary. This is like the Marvel Avenger. You're basically a superhero.
Superhero of poker.
There you go. It's the superhero of poker, the grinder, Michael Mizrachi. Any last words? Anything you want to let us know?
I'm enjoying life. God bless everyone. We hope for world peace. And next year, I'm going to win 4 bracelets.
There we go. You said it there first. The great Michael Mizrachi. Thanks for joining us here inside the den for Dry Heat. Congratulations on the induction to the Hall of Fame. Congratulations on the big win, and keep it up.
Thank you so much, Mike.